Hello there, only one Kenobi here, only one. As you just saw, I've unpacked him, got him ready. Brilliant, a brown ARC Trooper. And that's all he is. You get 3 figures with this Battlefront trio or whatever. And this guy's just called ARC Trooper. And ARC Troopers are cool, man. If you don't know what an ARC Trooper is, look into them. Read up about ARC Troopers and then you'll realise that the 501st are the elite corps or whatever. But these guys, I'd say the ARC Troopers are super elite, man. Something about them, like the originals of the template of Jango Fett, first trained on Camino, blah de blah. I don't know. There's quite a lot to find out about ARC Troopers, but so I don't know anything about Battlefront 2. And really, these figures, although I was interested in these, we had some, what are they called now, Bad Batch clones that didn't really do it for me in terms of how they looked, and I didn't know anything about them other than I saw Bad Batch or whatever. But these ones did interest me, and I've had them for a while. I can't believe I've only just opened them, man. They're all great. They all look really nice. I like that one there, the lime one. I'm looking forward to getting him open. That's the Lambient Seeker. This guy is just ARC Trooper, Star Wars Battlefront 2. But it's sort of like now just hit me after opening it that these guys are as good as the 501st trio we got, the Jesse, the Fives, and the Echo, which I got first in an action figure set, but now you can subsequently get them all individually carded. But they were great because, as we've discussed time and time again, the Phase 2 helmet is way too big on... well, that's it. The Phase 2 helmets are too big. Hopefully they will rectify that. But they work on these ARC Troopers / 501st Special Operatives, like the 3 I told you about before in the special action figure set, Jesse, Fives, and Echo, because of the fact that these have got the wide pauldrons. And I think it helps the figure, or the helmet at least, look a bit more in balance. For example, like this guy, he's let down a little bit. I mean, no pauldron or anything. It really emphasizes the size of the helmet. But this guy looks really cool, man. Really glad to have him now finally open. Not quite sure where I'm going to put him. I was thinking around about the time they announced these and released them or whatever that we had too many clones. And they're obviously rinsing it dry, aren't they? But I beg to differ, man. You can't beat them. They're great. I love them. And especially now they've got this really good head sculpt and stuff. Lots to talk about with this because there's so many accessories packed in. So let's have a quick look at them now in the bubble. And look, you get all this. You get the helmet with an articulated rangefinder, which is brilliant. You get the 2 pistols there, which I've put straight away into the holster there because they'll go missing. And then you get this huge cannon rifle, whatever, and then standard, is that an E11 blaster? And the brown, I quite like it, especially it goes well with the brown name pill. I usually can't stand brown name pills in TVC. There's not very many times you get brown. When do you get brown, man? Maybe we haven't had. Oh yes, of course, the Cloud Car pilot, he was brown, and maybe a few others. But anyway, cardback's pretty cool. I like that setting as well. Look at that. I did look into where all these things were, and I can't remember where that was now. I don't know if that's Camino or not. It might be. I did look into them, and a few of these backgrounds really surprised me. I think one of them, let me have a look at this guy. We're jumping the gun here. Yeah, that's Camino. And then the other one, it was somewhere like Naboo. I think it was Naboo, actually. You look at it and you think that's Naboo, but nah, it can't be Naboo. There's such a big galaxy. But yes, I think it is. I might be wrong on that. Let me know if I am. And this one, I looked into it and it was somewhere like you've been before, I think. Like something like Coruscant or something. I don't know. Let me know. I am making it up. I don't really know where that one is. But the cardback is great, nicely framed. It works. We've talked about CGI looking mocked up cards in the past, but this works because it's a video game, so it's acceptable, and it's a good framing of the clone, man. It's good. And there's that classic or the brand new kick-ass Tamura Morrison head sculpt, man. It's great, isn't it? And then again, the articulated rangefinder. I just thought I would display him like that because of the fact that it's such a good head sculpt. that you've got to have that helmet off. But then again, if you have the helmet on, it's better with this figure because he's packing, man. He's packing loads of accessories. He's got a wide stance. He's got the wide pauldron there. So it'll look better with the helmet on, that one. Whereas, again, to reiterate, some Phase 2s with the oversized removable helmet look crap. With the helmet on, just way too big. Look at that. That's awesome. That backpack is pretty good. A good callback to the original trilogy as well. Certain squadrons and, well, sand troopers and snow troopers have backpacks, but look at him. He's great, isn't he? And again, look into ARC troopers. I remember I didn't really know what an ARC trooper was until I read up on them. And then until then, I thought that 501st were like elite squadrons, but these guys are like super commandos. Brilliant. Really good. That's why I love Captain Fordo, but this guy's pretty cool. I wish we knew his name. Obviously, if you played the game, you may know a little more than I, so do share that knowledge if you know. I'm quite enjoying this angle here, though, just seeing him spinning. The peg holes are all right. I've seen a lot worse. And what would make it better would be if that was soft. But it doesn't matter, you know, it's just, oh my God, that's just a minor comment I'm making there. It doesn't affect the overall enjoyment of this. And the brown, I like that. It's reminding me of the Bakerloo line. But yeah, so sometimes that can be quite a cool colour if you don't associate it with anything that is unpleasant. Right, I'm gonna, yeah, we had a look at the back before, didn't we? Let's have a look at that again. I'm quite happy to announce that we've got this Lando Calrissian coming up. And the good news is I've put an order in with Tungori, and I've had an email. I added that to my order, by the way. This is a couple of weeks ago when I ordered a VC44 Luke, and I think it's on its way to me. I had a Royal Mail email saying it was coming, so that's good. So I'll be able to, hopefully it will come in by the time I review that. But yeah, look at that. That's good, man. Wow. It's not too bad. I've seen a lot worse for Phase 2s. Stop spinning, though, which is not too bad. Oh, there he goes. And the rangefinder is articulable. Articulable, if that's a word. That's brilliant. So why haven't they made Boba Fett like that? God damn it. Unbelievable. Not even the really good Fett on Tatooine is whatever. They still need to sort that out. But still, yeah. God, I lost the train of thought. What was I saying? Yes, I've remembered my line of... I've just remembered what I was talking about. Yeah, I was just mentioning Lando, the fact that that's come in, and hopefully it will come by the time I get round to Lando. So before Lando happens, I think we've got this fella, and I think the other two clones come in place. Let's just check the numbers now. This is episode 235. Then we've got 236, which is the guy, my favourite of all three of them, the lime guy. Although this brown one is actually, I'm quite liking that, to be honest. 236. That's really nice looking one, that one. Very sporty looking, that, and you know, you got green, lime green and white and black. And then this guy, who I thought was going to be my favourite, but the Umbra operative, you know, a bit of black and yellow in nature is always says danger. So this guy looks a bit badass. 237. And that's the one I'm going to be opening, because look at that. It's got a ding, that one. Hang on. Can you see it? Bruh. That's my fault. That didn't get delivered like that. I knocked it and dented it or whatever. But I've got one that's pristine and carded or whatever in a star case. But yeah, looking forward to reviewing them. And then obviously, hopefully by the time I get round to Lando, it will be delivered by Tungori, so I can at least have that ready for you. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on this guy. They're brilliant, aren't they? Very nice indeed. You know, I wouldn't mind them making, what's his name now? Apo, man. I wouldn't say no to more 501st, man, if they're going to make him in this quality. Awesome. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Only One Kenobi. Only one. Out.